Hello everybody, it's wee Paddy from across the shock. Well, before I start this, I make apologies if you hear me gushing during this video. This knife is a Grail traditional knife for me. Although I'm not long into collecting collecting traditional knives, this one has one that I didn't think I would get now so quickly. I've been only seriously into traditionals about a year. I've always had traditionals. I love them, but this last year they really have got a hold of my collecting. And you'll see very shortly, I've been very fortunate this year to have had a couple of quid and I've been able to buy a good selection of knives. But this was a Grail one. And this is a Tom's Choice Barlow, which is made by Charlie Campagna, who lives in the United States, I believe. Might be Canada, not sure. Anyway, it's made by Charlie Campagna, who is more of I'm not sure what he is. I think he designs knives and he sells knives. I'm not sure what sort of the trade, what part of the trade he's in. But he designs knives that are taken up by GEC, or made by GEC, and then they're given out to certain distributors throughout the States. They're very, very hard to get. You have to be on the ball with GEC to know when they're coming out. But even then, Charlie, I think he dictates where they go to. So you have to be and people buy them and don't resell them very often. So I was just really pleased to get this. Was from Mad63 on Instagram. I'll put his details down below. He got me this knife. I'm not sure where he got it from. I don't care where. It might have been one of his own actually, but I'd said I was looking for a boy's knife not so long ago to him, and he's usually good. He hunts about and he finds you something and he gets it, and he does it for a really reasonable price. And I have bought about 4 knives off him now, and they have been exactly what he said they were. So, I mean, I can't recommend him anymore. Mad 63 or something else. Anyway, I'll put it down below. So let's get back to this knife. This is the Tom's Choice, as in of Tom Sawyer, they were named after. I believe, again, if you know different, let me know. I just didn't expect to get it, so I haven't read up enough to be completely spot on, so please fill me in any of the gaps. Now, Charlie Campagna himself, he has done another GEC knife. He does all these Tom Choice ones. It's either in the 14 pattern, the Lickcrete sort of size knife, or the 15 boys pattern. I don't believe there's any more patterns in the Tom's Choice, but I could be wrong. I would love to get the boys pattern, the number 15. This is number 14, as I say. But he's also done a Diamond Jack. And again, I'm not sure if he's maybe done more, but that's one that I know of that he's done. That was one of the Apostle Peas videos I've seen. So these are heat treated in Peter's Heat Treat. So again, there's an awful lot at the minute about HRC, so they're treated well by Peter's Heat Treat. It's $10.95, the typical GEC blade steel they use, which I love. Now, let's give you, and this is an SFO, a special factory order. Let's take you up and show you. Look at that engraving. Isn't that beautiful? Everything about, now this is a Tidiute. If you can see there, it says Tidiute cutlery made in the US of A. Now, Tidiute's normally the plain version of GEC, so they don't have line bolsters usually. They don't have anything. They're just the basic knife that comes with a small nail neck. This has got a long pull on it. It's got the lovely shiny blade. It's got threaded bolster with a TC on it there, which is just, and the black ebony, which is gorgeous. You'll not see, but there is, you can see the bits of brown in this black ebony. It is just gorgeous. But there we go, here we go. It's a GEC and it's the carbon, obviously. It's a number 14 pattern. It's a clip point, which is the first one. The second one means that it's one blade. And this came from the 2018 line. I don't know how often he does them. I don't think it's very often. But is that not just... That's what you... If you think of a traditional knife, this is what you think of. When I first came around, the spear point was probably my favourite. But now the clip is becoming more and more my favourite blade. I just love the way GEC does their clip. It's even got it on the reverse side. You don't normally have that. They'll have it just on the front and a completely sterile back. But that is just stunning. It really is. I mean, this is a whittler's knife. To be quite honest, I'm going to be honest and I'll tell you this now. I will not be doing a whole lot of cutting in this. I might cut paper and I might cut a bit of thread. But this to me is probably the first genuine safe queen that I have. This just, look, I've had this now, well, probably about 2 weeks. And it's just, I have fiddled and stroked this knife more than most knives will ever get fiddled or stroked with. It's nearly obscene. It is just a stunning, stunning knife. The fit and finish is GEC at its best. There is no gapping whatsoever. The termination is lovely. The blade centering is right smack down the middle. It is just beautiful. Absolutely. I'm just sitting looking at it. Maybe a wee touch to the right, if anything, but look, you couldn't fault it. This is a traditionally handmade knife put together by human beings. It is stunning. Now, most GECs, when you get down to this size, they're about 12 thousandths behind the head, so they're just wee slicing machines. And if you want to whittle a wee stick, what better than this? And I suppose that's where the Tom Sawyer comes, sitting whittling a wee stick. It's just, that's what you do as a little boy. But every single pinch grip or whatever sabre grip you take on this knife, it is comfortable. And yet it's a really small knife. Did I give you the measurements? No, I don't think I did. The overall length of the knife is about 5.5 inches. The blade length is 2 3/8 with a cutting edge of about 2 1/8. It is just a tiny little knife. The camera makes this look a bit bigger than it actually is, but it's not even the length of my hand. It is beautiful for sitting whittling. Sadly, I won't sit and whittle with this. I've actually got a Lick Creek, a number 14 Lick Creek in Stag, which I will use. It's the same size knife with the same shape of a blade, and I will use it rather than use this. But I haven't even done a review on that. This has jumped up ahead of that. I'm so far behind my reviews. I'm sorry. They should be coming out in different orders, but sometimes when you get a knife like this, you get so excited and you're frightened of somebody else getting one and showing it before you, because you don't see these very often. They're such a rarity, and I love that for it. That's why it's a Grail, or it was a Grail, which I didn't expect to get so quickly. Obviously it's pin construction. You can hardly feel. There's one pin, this pin here, slightly. The 4 corners of the bolster, you just can't tell the difference. It's just nothing. You can't tell nothing. It is so smooth across the back. It's got the half stop, which you're quite secure at pushing down, and just the sound of this knife. I love this long pull. It makes such a difference. Look at that. It is just, and it springs back to the same place every time. It's just perfect. What else can I tell you about this knife? Not a lot, other than just look at it. It's just a little traditional knife. It's a toady little knife, and it is it something you would use for a full EDC knife? No, it's not. It's not big enough, in my opinion, to do. I wouldn't be using this for cutting a big cardboard box up. Now, there's a boy's knife, which is a bit bigger. If I can sort of show you a comparison, I don't have a boy's knife, but I do have the Boker equivalent. This is just a wee bit shorter. It's about 1/4 of an inch shorter than the boy's knife. If I set that down there, you'll see that. The boy's knife's usually about 6 1/4. This is about 6. but it's a little bit bigger. I could use this for most tasks during the day. It's just that little bit bigger, that little bit more sturdy. There's not a huge amount difference in the blade cutting edge, but there's enough that I can get nearly a full four-finger grip on this, and obviously then with the boy's knife I could. This is just decorative beauty, and look, this is craftsmanship at its best. Let's pull no punches. This is craftsmanship. This really is something to behold and to hold and look at. It's something you want to show off. And if I'm going anywhere now, if I'm going anywhere with knife people, this will be in a slip and in my pocket, because I'd want to show this off no matter where I would go. This Boker is an absolute gem. It's 440C. It's got the long pull. It's really, really lovely knife. The nickel silver, a lovely little crest here for Boker. Again, the fit and finish on this is absolutely perfect. No fault in it. I love this knife and use this a lot. And it's just a sort of comparison between a number 14 Lick Creek sort of size knife and a boy's knife, which is what I want next. The chances of me getting the boy's knife in the Tom Choice, probably never. But I'll be happy just to get a boy's knife for a size comparison. Here's another size comparison. This is my GEC number 78. You can see the difference. This is a full size, what I call a full size EDC knife. And just to bring us into the modern, there is the Para 3. You can see what a full size knife is. But I mean, you can't compare. This is just, oh, this is a dream. I can't tell you what it's like just to sit. I sound like some sort of pervert, but I literally just sit and stroke it because it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Everything about it, down to the etching, there's not a single mistake in it. I can't find a single mistake. Could you call that a mistake where it's down in the, that's probably, there we go, there's the mistake. I don't even know what you call that a mistake, and I wouldn't. It's just absolutely stunning. So I'm going to just talk rubbish from now on because I'm just so in love with this knife. So pleased I got the chance of it. I'll put Mad's Instagram down below. Please go to him. He's a really, I just can't recommend enough. He is a genuinely honest person on Instagram. If you want to buy a knife from anybody, I highly recommend him. And my friends have used him as well, so it's not just me. It's nice to know that there is honest people out there who sell you what they're selling you on YouTube and internet. Right, that's it. I'm going to go now. I think you'll agree, a beautiful knife, really the lead in my traditional knife collection. Take care. I'm away to stroke my knife. All the very best. Cup of tea time. Bye.